Naruto, 10 powerful quotes from minor characters. They may not get the most screen time, but these minor characters from Naruto still delivered some astute pearls of wisdom. It's almost impossible to think about Naruto without recalling the many impactful quotes that stick with fans. After all, one of Naruto's biggest shticks in combat aside from his Jinchuriki abilities is his talk no jutsu, also known as his tendency to give inspirational speeches to villains and fellow Leaf shinobi alike. Naruto's mentors, such as Kakashi and Jiraiya, are also incredibly wise and have delivered many memorable quotes of their own as well. However, the big names within the series aren't the only ones who get their moment in the spotlight. Even more minor characters who aren't on screen as much as the main crew get their share of powerful quotes, and it's great to see a series that allows them moments that are sometimes just as impactful as the main casts. 10. You were always by my side, the least I can do is be with you, at the end. Zabuza. The Land of Waves arc is the very first of the entire series and it's still fondly remembered by fans. This is mostly due to the nature of Haku and Zabuza's relationship, and how it matures from Zabuza using Haku to realizing his genuine feelings for the other and breaking down in tears. Zabuza realizes that he hadn't been treating Haku the way that he deserved, and in his final moments laid beside him, stating that it's the least he could do. It's one of the most touching and beautiful scenes at any villain within the show is given. 9. People's lives don't end when they die. It ends when they lose their faith. Hanzo. Hanzo isn't seen much within the series, but his role is significant despite being brief. As he's the character who originally named the legendary Sannin. He states that death isn't the end of a person's life, and rather, a person's life ends whenever they lose their faith. It's a line that proves just how strong his ideologies are, and this conviction is shown off by his fighting style. He has a habit of sparing the lives of opponents he's defeated. As long as he feels they have strong faith during his fights with them. 8. Even retired and a foot in the grave, I'll still take action. I have too many regrets to die yet. Chio. Lady Chio doesn't appear much in the series outside of the Sasori arc and a few flashbacks. But she makes a huge impact. Not only is she part of an amazing fight where she and Sakura take down Sasori, but she gives her own life to save Gaara's. There's a lot of pushback when she first states that she'll be accompanying them to track down Sasori. As she's past retirement, she barks back that she'll still take action, as she has too many regrets to simply let her age and past paralyze her. 7. When a person has something they want to protect, that's when they can become truly strong. Haku. Being a key player of the same arc as Zabuza, and the villain's right-hand man, it only makes sense that Haku would have powerful quotes of his own. He memorably tells Naruto that a person becomes truly strong whenever they have something they want to protect. Haku is living proof of this ideology, as he is immensely powerful and is only beaten due to Naruto tapping into the power of the Nine Tails. Naruto even quotes this line later, showing that it, and Haku's ideals, stuck with him. 6. We fight believing in our own justice. But if the enemy is doing the same thing, who's right? Shisui. Shisui plays a large role within the story, although he's only present in flashbacks. After having one of his Sharingan eyes taken by Danzo, he decides to entrust the other to Itachi and asks him to protect the village and the Uchiha name. He brings up an incredibly thought-provoking point when it comes to justice, stating that everyone fights believing in their own justice. This blurs the lines between who's right and who's wrong, making things more gray rather than black and white. 5. Remember who you are. Find a goal, a dream, and don't stop trying until it comes true. Kushina. Kushina has also only appeared in flashbacks, appearing right on time to stop Naruto from being consumed by the hatred of the Nine Tails. And while her appearances are minor, her value and impact on the story can hardly be considered such. She helps form the foundation of Naruto's personality, and her messages to her son are beautiful ones that everyone can take to heart. She notes that even people who endure profound pain and suffering should find and pursue their dream, no matter what. 4. Everyone is given life for a reason. Everyone has something important to accomplish. Kimimaro. Despite being a minor villain who doesn't stick around for long, it's hard to forget about Kimimaro. His fighting style and appearance are some of the most unique in the series thanks to his Kekei Genkai. He also has a hard-hitting philosophy that viewers can keep in mind, minus the fact, of course, that Kimimaro's personal reasons for living involve being a tool for Orochimaru. Even so, it's comforting to think that every person has a purpose, and no one's given life without reason. 3. By knowing people's pain and shedding the same tears, we can eventually get closer to the real world. Yahiko. Yahiko's ultimate goal is to bring peace to the shinobi world. This is despite the fact that he's a war orphan who sees much of the world's cruelty throughout his life. He also founds the original Akatsuki, whose mission is to end war without violence. He also has an incredibly mature outlook on pain. He insists that instead of something to be avoided, people should embrace pain and use it to allow them to sympathize with others and become closer to the world around them. 2. Never underestimate your opponent, no matter how small they might seem. Shino. Although he isn't overly minor, being part of the Konoha 11, Shino is criminally underutilized compared to most of his peers. His fighting style is incredibly unique, albeit a bit creepy. While he's more on the quiet side, he still has words of wisdom to share every now and then. It's easy to doubt others or even oneself because of appearances or assumptions. But it's something people should avoid doing if they can help it. 1. It takes time to make ideals a reality. If you're hasty, you'll lose sight of everything else and make mistakes. Anoki. When judging by personality alone, Anoki isn't the most respectable of characters. He's headstrong, hypocritical toward Tsunade, and he even gets into verbal altercations with Gaara after he becomes Kazekage. Despite all this, though, he still offers some valuable advice that should be taken to heart. Trying to rush to bring one's ideals into reality can have harsh consequences, and it's much better for people to take the time to remain calm and see things through the right way.